Alex sits at his small desk, looking at the bright computer screen. The numbers on the screen blur together. His eyelids feel heavy, and he blinks a few times. He tries to focus on his work, but his mind feels slow and empty. He leans back in his chair and rubs his eyes. He feels like he could fall asleep right there at his desk. Outside the window, the city looks busy and full of life, but Alex feels stuck and tired. He cannot remember the last time he felt energetic. A soft beep comes from his computer. It is an email from his boss. Alex tries to read it, but his attention slips away after the first few lines. He reads the same sentence over and over, not understanding what it says. At work, Alex's coworkers talk and laugh together. Their voices sound far away to him. He looks at the clock and sees there are still hours left before he can go home. He sighs and puts his head in his hands. He thinks about the mistakes he has made lately. He forgot to send an important file yesterday. He gave the wrong answer in a meeting last week. Each small mistake feels bigger in his tired mind. At lunchtime, Alex sits alone at his desk with a sandwich. He scrolls through his phone, but the messages do not cheer him up. His mind is full but also empty. He wonders why he cannot focus or remember things like before. He stands up to stretch. His body feels stiff and heavy. His back hurts from sitting so long. He looks around the office. Everyone else seems busy and active. He feels left out, as if he is moving in slow motion. The afternoon passes slowly. Alex tries to finish his work, but it takes much longer than usual. He forgets small details and has to double-check his work. He feels frustrated with himself and worries that his boss will notice. Finally, the workday ends. Alex puts on his coat and leaves the office. The air outside is cool, and people hurry past him on the street. Alex walks home, feeling tired in his body and in his mind. On his way home, he stops at a crosswalk. The red light glows in front of him. He watches people around him talking, smiling, and moving quickly. He feels invisible and wishes he had their energy. He thinks about how easy things used to feel. He remembers mornings when he woke up ready for the day. Now every morning feels heavy. He wonders what changed and if he will ever feel better again. At home, Alex drops his bag by the door and sits on the couch. He takes off his shoes and leans back. He closes his eyes for a few minutes, but his mind does not rest. Thoughts of work and mistakes spin around in his head. He opens his eyes and looks at the ceiling. He feels a wave of worry wash over him. What if his brain is getting weaker? What if he cannot do his job well anymore? He does not know how to make things better. He gets up and makes a cup of tea. The kitchen is quiet. He stands by the window, holding his warm mug. He watches cars drive by outside. He feels small in the big city. He thinks, can I really change how I feel? He remembers his friend Maya, who is always full of good ideas. Maya is healthy, active, and always seems happy. Alex wonders if Maya knows how to help a tired brain. He thinks about sending her a message but hesitates. Later that evening, Alex sits at his desk and opens his phone. He types a short message to Maya. Hey, do you have any tips for feeling more awake? My mind feels tired all the time. He sends the message and hopes she will reply. As he waits, Alex tries to relax. He watches the sky turn dark outside his window. The city lights begin to shine. He wishes he could feel bright and awake like those lights. He thinks, maybe tomorrow will be better. He gets ready for bed earlier than usual. He brushes his teeth and washes his face. He hopes a good night's sleep will help. As he lies in bed, he promises himself to look for a way to feel better starting tomorrow. The next morning, Alex wakes up feeling just as tired as before. He sits on the edge of his bed, rubbing his eyes. He wants to feel better, but he does not know what to do. His phone buzzes with a new message from Maya. Maya's message is cheerful and friendly. She writes, "Maybe you should visit a doctor. Sometimes a checkup helps. I can go with you if you want." Alex feels a little better reading her words. He decides to take her advice. Later that day, Alex calls the clinic and makes an appointment. The person on the phone is polite and helpful. Alex feels nervous, but he knows he needs to try something. He marks the date on his calendar. When the day comes, Maya meets Alex outside the clinic. She smiles and waves. Alex feels less worried with her by his side. They walk inside together and wait in the quiet lobby. Alex looks around and sees other people waiting too. Soon, a nurse calls Alex's name. He follows her down a short hallway. Maya waits in the lobby. The nurse checks his blood pressure and asks some simple questions. Alex answers quietly, feeling shy. A few minutes later, Dr. Park enters the room. Dr. Park is friendly and calm. He greets Alex and sits down. He asks, "What brings you here today?" Alex explains how he feels tired all the time and forgets things easily. Dr. Park listens carefully. He nods and takes notes. He asks about Alex's sleep, his eating habits, and how much exercise he gets. Alex answers honestly. He says he often goes to bed late and eats fast food because he is busy. Dr. Park smiles gently. He says, "These things can affect your brain health. Sleep, food, movement, and learning are all important. Many people feel better with a few small changes." Alex is surprised that simple things can help. Dr. Park explains that the brain needs enough rest every night to work well. He says, "Try to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. Turn off your phone and screens before bed. Your brain will rest better." He also talks about food. He says, "Eat more fruits, vegetables, eggs, and whole grain bread. Try to eat less junk food. Healthy food gives your brain the energy it needs." Alex thinks about his usual quick lunches and dinners. Dr. Park continues, "Exercise is good for your brain, too. Even a short walk every day can help you feel more awake and clear-minded. It does not have to be hard or long." Alex nods. He remembers Maya always talks about her morning walks. Finally, Dr. Park says, "Keep your mind active. Try learning something new, like a hobby or a language. New things help your brain grow stronger." Alex feels interested but also a little nervous about trying something different. Alex listens closely to Dr. Park. The advice sounds simple, but he is not sure if he can change everything at once. Dr. Park notices Alex's worried look and says, "Start with one small step. Little by little, you will feel better." Dr. Park writes down a few tips on a small card and gives it to Alex. The tips are easy to read: good sleep, healthy meals, daily movement, and learning. Alex puts the card in his wallet and thanks Dr. Park for his help. After the checkup, Alex meets Maya in the lobby. She asks, "How did it go?" Alex shows her the card and explains what Dr. Park said. Maya nods and smiles. She says, "That sounds like good advice. I know you can do it." Alex feels hopeful for the first time in a while. The advice is simple, and he has support from Maya. He decides to start with one step. He chooses to work on his sleep routine first. He thanks Maya for coming with him. On the way home, Alex thinks about his old habits. He often stays up late looking at his phone or watching TV. Tonight, he will try something different. He wants to see if a better sleep routine will help him feel more rested. He feels a small spark of motivation inside. Maybe he can really improve his brain, even if it is just a little at a time. Alex walks home, thinking about how he will begin his new routine that evening. That evening, Alex comes home with a new plan in his mind. He puts his bag down and looks at the card Dr. Park gave him. The first tip says, "Get good sleep." Alex feels a bit nervous, but he wants to try. He makes a simple dinner and sits at the table to eat. Instead of watching videos or looking at his phone, he listens to soft music. He tries to enjoy the taste of his food and take slow bites. The room feels calm and quiet. After dinner, Alex washes his dishes and tidies the kitchen. He usually leaves the dishes for later, but tonight he wants to start with good habits. He feels a small sense of pride for keeping his space clean. Alex looks at the time. It is still early, but he remembers Dr. Park's advice to turn off screens before bed. He puts his phone on the table and walks away from it. He feels a little strange without it in his hand. He takes a warm shower to relax his body. The water feels good on his skin. As he washes, he thinks about the day and tries to let go of his worries. He breathes slowly and deeply. His muscles begin to feel less tense. After his shower, Alex puts on comfortable clothes. He goes to his bookshelf and picks out a short book. He has not read for pleasure in a long time. The book feels light in his hands. He sits on the couch and opens to the first page. Alex reads slowly. The story is simple and easy to follow. He finds himself getting lost in the words. The world inside the book is quiet and gentle. He does not miss his phone or TV. He feels peaceful and calm. When he gets sleepy, Alex bookmarks his page and closes the book. He walks to his bedroom, turns off the bright lights, and leaves only a small lamp on. The room feels soft and safe. He pulls the covers up to his chin. He thinks about his new sleep routine. He feels proud for turning off screens early and reading instead. He hopes it will help him sleep better tonight. He closes his eyes and takes a few slow breaths. His body feels heavy and relaxed. The next morning, Alex wakes up before his alarm rings. Sunlight comes through his window. He feels a little more rested than before. He stretches in bed and smiles. It is a small change, but he is happy for this small win. He remembers Dr. Park's tip. Good sleep helps memory and mood. Alex hopes that if he keeps this new routine, he will feel better every day. He wants to try again tonight. It does not feel so hard anymore. At work, Alex tells Maya about his new bedtime routine. Maya smiles and says, "That's great, Alex. Sleep is really important. I do the same thing. It helps me feel fresh every morning." Her words make Alex feel more confident. During the week, Alex keeps his bedtime the same every night. He puts his phone away early and reads his book. Some nights he falls asleep quickly, and some nights he lies awake for a while, but he does not give up. He notices that his mornings are getting easier. He is not as tired at his desk. He remembers more details at work. His mood is lighter, and small problems do not feel as big as before. He feels proud of his progress. One evening, Alex almost forgets his new routine. He sits down with his phone and starts to scroll. Then he remembers how good he felt after reading. He puts his phone away and picks up his book again. He smiles at his small victory. He learns that good habits take time. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but he always tries again. He thinks about how simple changes can make a big difference. He feels more hopeful about improving his brain health. At the end of the week, Alex sends a message to Maya. He writes, "Thank you for your help. I feel better after changing my sleep routine. Maybe I can try the next tip soon." Maya replies, "You're doing great, Alex. Keep going." Alex is glad to have support from his friend. He feels less alone on this journey. He is ready to try more small changes for his brain and his life. He looks forward to what he will learn next. The next morning, Alex wakes up with a new idea. He remembers the second tip from Dr. Park. Eat healthy food for your brain. He stands in his kitchen and looks at what he has. There are eggs, some fruit, and whole grain bread. Alex decides to make breakfast instead of skipping it or eating something quick. He cracks 2 eggs into a bowl and mixes them with a fork. He puts a slice of bread in the toaster. While the eggs cook in the pan, he slices a banana. He sits at the table with his breakfast. The eggs are warm and the bread is crunchy. He takes his time, chewing slowly. The banana tastes sweet. He enjoys the colors on his plate. It is a small, healthy meal, but he feels good about it. After eating, Alex feels a bit more awake. He is not hungry like usual. His mind feels clearer. He remembers Dr. Park's words about balanced meals giving energy to the brain. He decides to try this breakfast again tomorrow. At work, Alex brings a lunch from home. It is a sandwich with chicken and lettuce and a small apple. He feels proud for choosing healthy food. When his coworkers eat chips and candy, Alex enjoys his meal and feels satisfied. During the afternoon, Alex notices he does not feel as tired as before. He can finish his tasks more quickly. He makes fewer mistakes. He wonders if his new meals are helping his brain work better. That evening, Alex goes to the supermarket. He looks for fruits, vegetables, and whole grain bread. He picks up a bag of apples and a carton of eggs. He sees some carrots and buys them too. He skips the chips and cookies this time. At home, Alex looks at the food he bought. He feels proud of his choices. He decides to cut up some carrots and eat them as a snack. They are crunchy and sweet. He is surprised that he likes them as much as he likes chips. Alex remembers that Dr. Park said junk food can make you feel slow and tired. He thinks about how he used to eat fast food many times a week. Now he wants to try healthy meals and see what happens. He messages Maya to tell her about his new breakfast and snacks. Maya replies, "That's wonderful, Alex. Good food really helps your brain. You will feel better every day." Alex feels encouraged by her words. On the weekend, Alex tries a new recipe from a magazine. He makes an omelet with tomatoes and spinach. It is not perfect, but it tastes fresh. He feels happy to try something new and healthy. Cooking makes him feel proud and creative. As days pass, Alex notices small changes. He wakes up feeling less hungry. He has more energy at work and does not need as much coffee. His mind feels less foggy. He feels stronger and more confident. Sometimes he still wants to eat chips or cookies, but he remembers how good he feels after a healthy meal. He tells himself it is okay to have a treat sometimes, but he tries to choose better food most of the time. At work, Alex shares his lunch ideas with a coworker. They talk about easy meals they can make at home. Alex likes talking about food and sharing tips. It makes him feel part of something and less alone. One night, Alex feels too tired to cook. He thinks about ordering fast food, but then he remembers the fresh apples in his kitchen. He cuts one into slices and eats it with a little peanut butter. It is quick and tasty, and he feels good about his choice. He learns that planning his meals helps him eat better. He makes a list before he goes shopping and keeps healthy snacks in his bag. These small steps make it easier to choose good food every day. Alex feels grateful for the advice from Dr. Park and Maya. He sees how small changes can help him feel better. He is excited to keep going and try the next tip for his brain health. Before bed, Alex thinks about his progress. He knows he still has more to learn, but he feels hopeful. He smiles and thinks, "One step at a time, I can do this." He looks forward to tomorrow and the new habits he will try. On Saturday morning, Alex wakes up early. He looks out the window and sees the sun shining. He remembers another tip from Dr. Park. Daily movement helps the brain. Alex decides to go for a walk in the city park. He puts on comfortable shoes and grabs a light jacket. The air outside is fresh and cool. Alex takes a deep breath and starts walking down the street. The city is quieter than usual. He enjoys the calm feeling of the morning. At the park, Alex sees people jogging, walking dogs, and riding bicycles. He walks slowly at first, looking at the green trees and listening to the birds. The simple action of walking makes him feel more awake. Soon, Maya joins him at the park. She waves and smiles. Good morning, Alex. I'm glad you decided to walk today. Alex feels happy to see her. They start walking together along a path that winds through the grass. Maya talks about how she walks every morning before work. She says, "It helps my mind wake up. I feel happier and more focused after a walk." Alex listens and nods. He realizes he likes moving his body in the fresh air. They stop at a bench to rest. Maya stretches her arms and legs. She invites Alex to try some simple stretches too. He follows her lead, reaching up to the sky and touching his toes. It feels good to move and stretch after sitting all week. Alex notices that his body feels lighter. The tired feeling from work slowly fades. He feels a small joy from moving and talking with Maya. They laugh together when Alex almost loses his balance while stretching. As they walk again, Maya says, "Even a short walk can help your brain work better. I try to walk or stretch every day. It is a small habit, but it makes a big difference." Alex promises himself to try this tip every day too. After the walk, they buy a cup of coffee at a small cafe near the park. Alex feels more relaxed and cheerful. The morning sun shines on their faces. He tells Maya he wants to keep walking more often from now on. The next day, Alex wakes up with sore muscles, but it is a good feeling. He decides to go for another walk, this time alone. He enjoys the quiet and notices things he usually misses, like flowers blooming and children playing. At work, Alex feels more alert. When he gets tired, he stands up and stretches by his desk. Some coworkers watch him and smile. Alex does not feel shy. He knows moving his body helps his brain stay fresh and focused. In the evenings, Alex sometimes walks around his neighborhood. The cool air helps him relax after a long day. He sees friendly faces, waving at neighbors and enjoying the slow pace of the evening. These small walks bring him comfort. He shares his new habit with Grandpa Joe during a phone call. Grandpa Joe laughs and says, "Walking is the best medicine. When I was young, I walked everywhere. It clears your mind and keeps your body strong." Alex likes this simple wisdom. Some days, Alex feels too tired or busy to walk. On those days, he does a few stretches at home instead. He learns that even small movements help him feel better. He does not have to be perfect, just consistent. Alex feels proud of the progress he is making. He sees how sleep, food, and movement all work together. His mind is clearer, and he feels more hopeful. He knows there are more tips to try, and he is ready for the next step. At night, Alex thinks about his journey so far. He is surprised at how much better he feels with just a few changes. He is grateful for Maya's support and Dr. Park's advice. He is excited to learn something new tomorrow. He writes in his journal, "Today I walked in the park and felt happy. I want to keep moving every day." As he turns off the light, he smiles, ready for whatever comes next on his path to better brain health. One evening, Alex feels curious about Dr. Park's last tip. He remembers, keep your mind active, learn something new. Alex sits at his desk and thinks about what new thing he could try. He smiles, feeling excited to challenge his brain. He looks around his apartment and finds a small cookbook he bought last year. The pictures look simple and bright. Alex decides to try cooking a new recipe. He chooses one with eggs, spinach, and tomatoes. He has all the ingredients at home. He washes his hands and starts reading the recipe. The steps are short and easy to follow. He chops the vegetables slowly, trying to remember each instruction. Cooking feels different from his usual routine. He enjoys the small challenge. While the eggs cook in the pan, Alex smells the fresh scent of tomatoes and spinach. He watches the food sizzle and feels proud. He plates the food and sits at the table. The dish is not perfect, but it tastes fresh and warm. After dinner, Alex feels happy for learning something new. The simple act of cooking a new recipe gives him a sense of achievement. He realizes that trying new things can make him feel alive and excited. The next day, Alex tells Maya about his cooking adventure. Maya laughs and says, "That's great, Alex. Every new thing you learn makes your brain stronger. Maybe next time you can try baking or learning a new word." Alex nods, feeling motivated. Later that week, Alex walks by the library after work. He sees a small sign for a free language class. He stops and reads the sign. The class is for beginners who want to learn simple phrases in Spanish. Alex thinks it could be fun to join. He signs up for the class and feels a little nervous. On the day of the first lesson, he sits in a small room with a few other people. The teacher greets them with a big smile and starts with easy words. "Hola, mi llamo." Alex repeats the words quietly. As the lesson continues, Alex writes down new words in a notebook. He enjoys the sound of the language and the friendly way the teacher helps everyone practice. He laughs when he makes a mistake and learns not to feel embarrassed. After class, Alex practices the new phrases on his way home. He says "buenos dias" and "gracias" under his breath. He feels proud for trying something different. His brain feels awake and full of new energy. At home, Alex marks the next class on his calendar. He feels excited to go back and learn more. He tells himself, "Every time I try something new, I grow a little bit." He remembers Dr. Park's words and smiles to himself. On the weekend, Alex tries to cook a new breakfast recipe. He follows each step slowly, enjoying the process. Cooking becomes more fun when he sees it as a way to train his brain. He likes the small joy of making something from start to finish. Alex notices that learning new things does not have to be hard. Even a small hobby, like trying a new recipe or learning a few words, makes his days more interesting. He feels less bored and more positive about life. Sometimes Alex makes mistakes. He burns the eggs or forgets a Spanish word. Instead of feeling bad, he laughs and tries again. He learns that making mistakes is a normal part of learning. Each mistake teaches him something new. Maya sends Alex a message. "What new thing did you learn today?" Alex replies, "I learned how to say thank you in Spanish and made a new breakfast." Maya cheers him on and says, "I'm proud of you, Alex." In his journal, Alex writes about his new skills and the happiness they bring. He wants to keep challenging his brain, even with small things. He writes, "Learning something new helps my mind stay strong and healthy." At night, Alex feels excited for tomorrow. He wonders what new skill or hobby he will try next. He is proud of himself for being brave and open to new things. He knows his brain is growing stronger every day. Alex sits at his desk in the office, typing a report. After 30 minutes, he feels his mind getting tired. His eyes blur and his back starts to ache. He remembers Dr. Park's words about taking short breaks for better focus. He looks at his phone and sets an alarm for every hour. When the alarm rings, he stands up and stretches his arms high above his head. He walks around his desk, taking slow steps. His body feels lighter after moving for just a minute. Alex fills his water bottle at the cooler. He looks out the window at the busy street below. These small moments away from his desk help him feel calmer and ready to work again. He returns to his seat and starts the next part of his work. During the day, Alex keeps his new routine. When the alarm sounds, he gets up and moves. Sometimes he walks to the window or does simple stretches. Other times he takes a few deep breaths. Each break feels like a small rest for his mind. He notices that he makes fewer mistakes in his work. When he starts to feel tired or confused, he takes a break and returns feeling fresh. His focus lasts longer, and he does not feel as tired at the end of the day. Alex shares his tip with a coworker who often complains about headaches. "Try taking breaks every hour," Alex suggests. His coworker smiles and agrees to try it. Soon, others in the office start to stand and stretch too. At home, Alex continues his habit. When reading or using his computer, he stands up to walk around the apartment every hour. He drinks a glass of water or looks out the window. These breaks help him relax and clear his mind. On a busy day, Alex forgets to take his breaks. He feels tired and unfocused by the afternoon. He remembers his new habit and stands up for a short walk. The break helps him feel better right away. He learns to listen to his body. Alex reads an article that says short breaks protect your brain health and make you more productive. He feels happy to know his small habit is making a difference. He shares the article with Maya, who says she will try the tip at her job too. Sometimes, Alex feels silly standing up to stretch while others are working. But he remembers how much better he feels after moving. He does not worry about what others think. He wants to take care of his mind and body. During a meeting, Alex asks if everyone can take a short stretch break. The group laughs, but they all stand up and move. After the break, the meeting goes faster and everyone is more alert. Alex feels proud for helping his team. He writes in his journal, "Short breaks help me stay focused and calm. I want to keep this habit every day." He feels grateful for the advice from Dr. Park and the support from his friends. On the weekend, Alex uses breaks while cleaning his apartment. He does a little work, then rests for a minute. Cleaning feels easier when he takes small pauses. He is learning to balance activity and rest in all parts of his life. Each day, Alex sees how these simple breaks make a big difference. He feels more alert, makes fewer mistakes, and enjoys his work more. He knows this habit is helping his brain stay healthy and strong. At night, Alex thinks about how much his life has changed with small steps. He is proud of his new routines and looks forward to trying more brain health tips. He wonders what he will learn next on his journey. One afternoon, Alex sits at his desk with a pile of papers. His boss asks for a report by the end of the day. The office is loud, and Alex feels stress building inside him. His hands shake a little as he types on the keyboard. He tries to focus, but his thoughts race and his heart beats fast. He feels like there is not enough time to finish his work. He starts to make mistakes and has to fix them. The more he worries, the harder it is to think clearly. At lunch, Alex does not feel hungry. He pushes his food around the plate, thinking about his deadlines. He feels a heavy pressure in his chest. He wishes he knew how to calm down and find peace when work gets hard. Later that day, Alex remembers Grandpa Joe's advice. Grandpa Joe always seems calm, even when things go wrong. Alex calls him on the way home and asks, "Grandpa, how do you stay so calm when you are stressed?" Grandpa Joe laughs softly. "Everyone feels stress, Alex," he says, "but you can learn to calm your mind." "Do you want me to show you a simple way?" Alex says yes. He wants to learn how to feel better in tough moments. At Grandpa Joe's house, they sit together in the small living room. Grandpa Joe shows Alex how to close his eyes, sit up straight, and breathe deeply. He counts slowly as they inhale and exhale together. The air feels cool and gentle. Alex listens as Grandpa Joe explains, "When you feel stress, take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Focus on your breath, not your worries. Do this for a few minutes. Your mind will start to feel calm again." They practice together for a while. Alex notices his body relaxes and his heart slows down. The tight feeling in his chest becomes softer. He feels grateful for this simple lesson. He smiles and thanks Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe also teaches Alex a short meditation. He says, "Sit quietly and pay attention to your breath. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath." You can do this anywhere, even at work or on the bus. Alex tries the breathing exercise every morning before work. He also uses it when he feels stressed or worried. The simple act of breathing deeply helps him stay calm and focused. He feels more in control of his mind. At work, Alex has a busy morning. When he feels stress coming, he closes his eyes and takes 3 slow, deep breaths. He feels his mind settle and his body relaxes. The stress does not go away completely, but it feels easier to handle. Alex shares the breathing tip with Maya. She tries it during a busy day and tells Alex it helped her feel better too. They talk about how simple habits can make a big difference in handling stress and keeping the brain healthy. Sometimes Alex still feels stress, but now he knows what to do. He takes a short break, does his breathing exercise, or steps outside for fresh air. Each time, he feels his worries grow smaller and his mind becomes clearer. Grandpa Joe tells Alex, "Life is full of busy days and hard moments, but you can always come back to your breath. With practice, it gets easier." Alex writes this advice in his journal and reads it when he feels worried. In the evening, Alex practices a few minutes of meditation. He sits quietly in his room, closes his eyes, and listens to his breath. The world outside grows quiet. Alex feels peaceful and strong inside, ready for tomorrow. He thinks about how stress can make his brain tired, but calming his mind helps his brain work better. He is glad to have learned this lesson. He feels ready to keep building healthy habits and to support his brain every day. One sunny afternoon, Alex decides to visit his favorite coffee shop. The smell of fresh coffee and the sound of gentle music make him feel relaxed. He sits by the window and watches people talk and laugh with friends. Alex sees Maya walk into the coffee shop. She smiles and waves, then sits across from him. They talk about their week, sharing funny stories and small worries. Alex laughs out loud and feels the stress leave his mind. They talk about brain health and how important it is to connect with people. Maya says, "When I feel lonely, I call a friend or visit family. Talking with someone always makes me feel better." Alex nods. He agrees and feels thankful for her friendship. After finishing their drinks, they walk outside together. The street is busy with people shopping and chatting. Alex feels cheerful. He notices how much happier he feels after talking with Maya instead of staying alone at home. Later that evening, Alex visits Grandpa Joe. He brings some fresh bread from the bakery. Grandpa Joe smiles when he sees Alex and invites him inside. They sit together and eat bread with butter, sharing stories from their day. Grandpa Joe tells a funny story from his youth. Alex laughs until he has tears in his eyes. He feels close to his grandpa, and their time together fills his heart with warmth. He realizes that family is an important part of his happiness. They talk about the past and the present. Grandpa Joe says, "People need each other. Talking, laughing, and sharing stories are good for the mind and the heart." Alex remembers this and writes it down in his journal that night. On the weekend, Alex meets some coworkers for lunch at a small restaurant. At first, he feels shy, but soon they are laughing and sharing stories. He notices that time goes by quickly when he is with other people. He learns that social time helps him forget worries and feel less tired. The sound of friendly voices and laughter seems to make his mind lighter. Even simple conversations bring him comfort and joy. After lunch, Alex sends a message to his sister. He has not talked to her in a long time. She replies quickly, and they plan a video call. During the call, they talk about childhood memories and favorite foods. Alex feels happy and connected. Alex begins to make a habit of reaching out to friends and family. He sends short messages or makes quick calls, even if it is just to say hello. Each connection makes him feel supported and less alone in the world. He notices that after spending time with others, his mind feels sharper and more creative. He gets new ideas for work and feels more motivated to try new things. Social time helps his brain and his mood. Sometimes, Alex feels tired or worried and wants to be alone. But he reminds himself that even a small chat can help. He learns to balance quiet time and social time, knowing both are important for his brain health. Alex shares his new habit with Maya. She smiles and says, "You're right, Alex. People need people." Our brains grow stronger when we connect with others. They promise to meet at least once a week to share stories and support each other. In his journal, Alex writes, "Today I laughed with friends and felt my mind grow brighter. Social time is good for my brain." He feels proud of his progress and grateful for the people in his life. As Alex goes to bed, he thinks about the power of connection. He is thankful for his friends, his family, and the simple joys of talking, laughing, and sharing. He looks forward to another day filled with small moments of happiness. One evening, Alex looks at his phone and sees how many hours he has spent on it that day. He feels tired, and his eyes hurt from staring at the screen. He remembers something Dr. Park said about too much screen time being bad for the brain. He decides to try a digital detox. After dinner, he puts his phone in a drawer and turns off his laptop. At first, he does not know what to do with his free time. The apartment feels quiet without the sound of videos or messages. Alex picks up his notebook and a pen. He starts to write about his day. The simple act of writing helps him relax. He writes about the things that made him happy and the small wins he had at work. He feels calm and peaceful. After writing, Alex takes a book from his shelf. He sits on the couch and reads a few chapters. The story takes him to another world. Without phone notifications, he can focus and enjoy the book. Time passes slowly in a gentle way. He stands up to make a cup of tea. In the kitchen, he listens to the sound of water boiling. He feels present in the moment. He enjoys the smell of tea and the warmth of the mug in his hands. Life feels simple and good. Later, Alex looks out the window at the city lights. He thinks about his old habit of scrolling on his phone every night. Now he feels more rested and calm. He notices his mind is clear, not full of too many thoughts. Before bed, Alex spends a few minutes stretching and breathing deeply. He feels relaxed and ready to sleep. When he gets into bed, he does not feel the urge to check his phone. He falls asleep quickly and dreams peacefully. The next morning, Alex wakes up feeling fresh. He does not reach for his phone right away. He takes a moment to stretch and think about his plans for the day. He is surprised by how much better he feels after a night without screens. At work, Alex tells Maya about his digital detox evening. Maya is interested. She says, "I want to try that too. I think my phone makes me tired sometimes." They agree to spend one night each week without screens and talk about their experiences. Alex learns that taking a break from screens helps his mind rest and recharge. He makes a habit of having 1 or 2 screen-free evenings every week. Sometimes he reads, writes in his journal, or just sits quietly with a cup of tea. During his digital detox nights, Alex feels more creative. He thinks of new ideas for work and hobbies. He remembers dreams and plans he had forgotten. Life feels richer and more colorful without the constant noise of screens. Sometimes it is hard to avoid screens. Friends send messages or invite him to join an online game. Alex learns to explain his digital detox and invites friends to try it too. Some join him, and they talk about their new habits together. On weekends, Alex spends time outside instead of watching TV. He walks in the park, visits a new part of the city, or meets a friend at a cafe. He enjoys being present and noticing the world around him. Alex notices that his sleep is better on digital detox nights. He wakes up less tired and feels ready for the day. He writes in his journal, "Less screen time means more rest for my brain. I want to keep this habit for a long time." He is proud of the progress he has made. Each small change adds up. He feels stronger, happier, and more balanced. He knows that protecting his brain is a journey, not a race. At the end of the week, Alex looks back on all the new habits he has tried. He feels hopeful about the future. He smiles, knowing that small steps, like turning off his phone or taking a walk, can change his life. It is a quiet Sunday morning. Alex sits by his window with a cup of tea, thinking about the last few weeks. He remembers how tired and lost he felt before. Now his mind feels brighter and his body feels stronger. He smiles to himself. He looks at his notebook and reads his old entries. He sees his worries about forgetfulness, stress, and feeling slow. He also sees all the small steps he tried: better sleep, healthy meals, walking, learning new things, and spending time with friends. Alex thinks about his journey. Each habit started as a simple step. Sometimes it was hard to keep going, but he learned to be patient with himself. He learned that small changes can lead to big results over time. He decides to share his progress with Maya and Grandpa Joe. He sends Maya a message: "Thank you for supporting me. I feel much better now. My brain feels stronger and I am happier every day." Maya replies, "I'm proud of you, Alex. You inspire me too." Alex visits Grandpa Joe in the afternoon. They sit together in the sunny living room. Alex tells him about all the new habits he has tried and the changes he feels inside. Grandpa Joe listens with a gentle smile and nods in agreement. Grandpa Joe says, "You did not give up, Alex. You took care of your brain and your life. This is the best lesson I can give you. Keep learning, keep moving, and be kind to yourself." Alex feels grateful for his grandpa's wisdom. Alex and Grandpa Joe play a simple card game at the table. They laugh and share stories. Alex notices how sharp and happy Grandpa Joe's mind is, even at his age. He wants to keep his own brain healthy for many years, too. In the evening, Alex meets Maya at their favorite coffee shop. They talk about life and the changes they have made. Maya says, "Every small habit helps. I started sleeping earlier and walking more because of you." Alex feels glad to hear this. They discuss how simple habits, like cooking healthy food, learning new words, and spending time together, have changed their lives. Alex realizes that everyone can improve their brain with small, daily steps. It is never too late to start. Alex writes a message to himself in his journal: "Small steps every day can change your life and your brain." Be patient, stay curious, and care for yourself. He feels proud of his journey and excited for the future. As the days go by, Alex keeps his new habits. He goes to bed at the same time every night, eats a healthy breakfast, and takes walks in the park. He still takes short breaks at work and practices deep breathing when he feels stressed. Alex continues to learn new things, like new recipes and simple words in other languages. He enjoys helping others by sharing his story. His coworkers notice his positive attitude and ask for his tips on brain health and self-improvement. Sometimes, Alex has busy or hard days, but he remembers to be gentle with himself. He knows it is okay to make mistakes and start again. The important thing is to keep going, one small step at a time. One evening, Alex hosts a dinner for his friends and family. He cooks a healthy meal and shares his favorite stories from his journey. Everyone laughs, eats, and feels happy together. Alex feels proud to support others as they build healthy habits too. Before bed, Alex thinks about all he has learned. He feels thankful for Maya, Dr. Park, and Grandpa Joe. He knows he is not alone on this path. Connection, kindness, and simple habits have changed his life for the better. He looks out the window at the peaceful city lights. His heart feels full and his mind is clear. Alex is ready for tomorrow, knowing that every day brings new chances to grow, learn, and care for his brain and his life.